And so we come to the underlying toxicity here.
We had an argument one day and she said, I'm leaving you. And I said, well, why are you leaving me? She said, I've been having an affair.
Lying.
No,
I didn't.
Talking! Just the one or several?
No, this was the affair that when she left me. But she'd had an affair before, which I forgave her for.
And as far as you're concerned, it was her infidelity which caused the relationship to break up?
Yes.
I did not have an affair a second time, no.
As far as you're concerned...
someone, then.
Sorry?
She was having sex with someone.
Is that correct?
I had one affair.
That's a love affair. Let me ask you again.
No, I had sex with one person, yes.
Just the one. Putting that down in big. Let's get to the meat of this, because it's very troubling to me and very difficult to understand. There was a discussion about money. You decided to deal with this matter yourselves, correct? Why did you do that, Simon?
Because I felt under a lot of pressure and I didn't want to lose my house, and that's what she kept threatening me with. She still had a key to my house when I was working away. She kept threatening that she was going to move back in there.
Heating back on.
Talking! Carry on.
She kept threatening to move back in there and move the kids back in there and...
And you threatened to burn it down with me and the kids in it.
Now, you just be careful, madam.
He did.
You just be careful.
That's a lie.
Sir, is that true or false?
That is 100% false.
I don't believe it. You understand?
Yes.
Now, what settlement did you come to?
50,000.
Well, it started at 20,000. After that, it went to 30,000 she wanted, and I agreed to that. And we put it in writing. And then at a later date, she wanted 40,000, which I agreed to. And then at a later date, she wanted 50,000, which I agreed to, which I was put under pressure for.
You can never tell looking at people, but are you a member of the Mafia?
I think I must be.
Sir, what pressure, when you say pressure, was Anna putting you under that made you feel that you had, according to your reply, no choice but to agree to her extraordinary demands for money?
The pressure of losing my house. It was all I had. It was only in my name, my house.
You borrowed the deposit.
No, I didn't borrow the deposit.
Be quiet! Carry on.
I had the deposit. I had the money in my bank account before I met her. And I put the deposit on the house. It was in my name.
Is that the order of events, madam?
No, it's not.
What's inaccurate about it, and how did you end up at £50,000, which he accepts now was the final agreed figure?
Because I spoke to a solicitor about the divorce, and they said I was entitled to 2/3 of the house, and they valued it at 275,000 at the time.
Are you happy to what's called waive privilege in respect of that discussion?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. Looking at the global situation here back then, I think she's right. The reality is, I suspect, and this may or may not be good news to you, sir, she could have done better than £50,000. Why were you prepared to accept less if you'd had advice from your solicitor that you could get a good deal more?
Because of the threat to burn the house down.
Nonsense.
No, he did.
Nonsense. Listen to the question and don't tell me porkies. Were you around at this time?
On and off, yes.
You remember the threats to burn houses down and that sort of thing? And don't you dare, madam, tell me if it's not true. If you can't remember, I'd rather you say you cannot remember.
I cannot remember.
Thank you very much, madam. I trust you now. Very important.
It was actually, he said, I would rather burn the house down with you and the kids in it than let you have it.
What's your response to that, sir?
Absolutely ridiculous.
Understood.
He was manipulative and he was aggressive. He wasn't violent. I'm not saying he was violent, but he was aggressive.
Ever aggressive?
No.
You've been together for how long, Arlette?
12 years.
Ever seen any aggressive traits on his part?
No.
Ever threatened you in any way, shape or form? Ever done anything of that sort?
No.
Should I be scared of him?
No.
Did you dress him today?
Yeah.
For more Judge Rinder cases, click here. And if you've got a legal issue yourself, get in touch with us by clicking over here.